So anyway, we went for the New Year's Eve. Ike and Tina Turner and I mean the whole review. Ike and Tina Turner's review, which was like 27 people on that review performing. The Ikettes, and Tina, they were tearing it up. I'm sitting there with my friend. We were enjoying the show, and I kept on feeling. This is the irony. I kept on feeling something demanding me to turn around. There was a power or something that was reaching out to me, demanding me to turn around. And so when I finally did turn around, our eyes met, and we were like locked in time. Like we were lost in space, like that show. But anyway, we were just staring at each other until I got embarrassed and I turned back around and started watching the show again. But in my mind, before while I sat there, I thought of how handsome he was. And, then I wiped him completely out of my thoughts. But later on, I got up to go to the ladies' lounge. And as I got up, I stood up and he stood up. He was to the back wall in a booth by the exit door. And so when I got near enough to him, he reached out and grabbed my hand and asked me to join him at his table. So I promised him that I would, but I had to go. So when I did come back, he stood up and ushered me in to slide on through on the booth side, and my side of the booth rather, and then he sat down and then he flagged the waitress and ordered me a drink, and um, we sat there, and it seemed like I had known him all my life. But but I'll tell you why I felt that way. Because every boy that I liked when I was a little grammar school kid looked like James Marshall Hendrix. I used to dream about his face when I was a teenager. He was the boy of my dreams. And I think he realized when we stared at each other, I think we both must have been of each other's dreams, because we were stuck. We were like frozen. There was nothing, nobody, kind of like mesmerized or so, which I don't know what you call it, but it was definitely love at first sight. So I can take that to my grave with me. I don't care what anybody, the doubters, the haters, the people that try to not recognize me and stuff like that. I tell you what, me and Jimmy's brother Leon, in 1991 we met. And we sat here one night and watched all these videos of Jimi performing, saw how worn out he was, how tired he was, and how just used like a slave. They kept him working because they had plans for him in the next few rounds. So he gave up a whole lot of footage and entertainment and gigs and stuff to where all that would be gathered together later. But he was tired. He had no rest. I saw his itinerary. He didn't even have a 2 days rest. So it was a shame how he was like treated like a slave, and that hurt my heart. And Leon and I, we will sit here and we said we wanted to bring Jimi black, and by that I mean black people were cheated from Jimi. You know, all kinds of ways. All kinds of ways and things were said. Like he didn't want to play R&B. He hated R&B. When any musician worth his salt knows Jimmy's music is R&B. Rooted in it. Rooted in it. How could it not be? That's what he played. So they want to claim it to be rock. It is not. Unless you want to say R&B is rock. Because it's all connected. Music is a natural progression. One begot the other. So, we can go all the way back to the early stuff and know that all of it is connected. So, you know, and we all know who the innovators and creators of it is. So all them other people need to shut up. You know, zip their mouths up. I'm just telling it straight up. You know, I don't care about haters. You know, because I'm not here for them. I'm here for those people who, like I said, missed out. They cheated us out of a band of gypsies. Wouldn't play it on black radio. Talking about his music didn't fit the format. They did play Buddy Miles's them changes for a time, for a short time, and then they snatched it off the radio. But Message to Love, Power of Soul, all them tunes, they could have been playing them. They didn't. And that was like, they cheated. Because I think because
they thought they would lose the white crowd.
They didn't want to lose the white crowd. And they didn't want Jimmy to be realized as a soul brother. Because he was, you know. All his, like I said, even when you listen to things like Purple Haze, Foxy Lady, and Freedom, I know where them tunes came from. They came from when the band is getting ready to take a break. That's when they play the baddest shit possible. And that do 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 do. That was one of the licks that Jimmy would hit. I heard him hit it before on stage. So I already know where. Oh,
you gotta get your car.
I'm sorry.